So today we're going to be photographing a pregnant mom. She's about 30 weeks and she's absolutely beautiful. It's important to photograph a mother in a really flattering way that makes her look and feel her best. These are maternity pictures that she's going to have forever and she's going to want to remember this. So it's nice to have some really simple poses, a nice workflow that you can just go through your maternity session and things that look good with almost anyone. So we have Kate in another really flattering position for maternity sessions. And this is a really great shot to get front on, but also to do a profile. And we'll do a wide shot and an up close shot of her. This is also a chance for us to use these curtains. And it's also a really good one to do an out of focus shot because you get a really nice profile of her. And if you take her out of focus, then you're still showing her form and her belly really well. But you're doing that more artistic kind of style. So what I do is I get Kate on her knees and she is going to kind of crouch when it's time to take the picture. And what that means is she's just gonna lean back on her knees a little bit. So Kate, can you just show me what that means? So that just gives her a slightly more pleasing position. Okay, you can relax. But you have to keep in mind that it's also a little taxing on your thighs to do that, and the mom has so much more weight that she's carrying in her belly that it's something you want to do really quickly. So sometimes I have a mom who just can't get into that pose or it's not comfortable for her to lean back like that, and you can do this pose standing up straight just like the way Kate is now. But if you really want to give it that extra oomph, I do recommend trying to get the mom to rock back on her legs a little bit. Now you can see if Kate, can you go all the way down on your feet? So that's another way to do it, but she loses her belly a little bit when she sits down. You can't see it as well. And also, it makes their body spread out a little bit. So when they're up on their knees, it kind of thins out their thighs and their belly, and it makes their belly look better. So I really do try, if we can, to get them up on their knees. But you do have some moms that's not very comfortable, and that's the most important thing. You can get a beautiful shot, but if she's uncomfortable in it and can see that she's uncomfortable, then it won't matter to her anyway. So Kate's from her profile. She's going to do one hand on top, one hand underneath. Good. And perfect, Kate. I'm going to have you look down just a little bit. Yep, good. So I'm going to take this shot from far back. Tilt your head a little more towards me. Yeah, and then do the same thing. Good, yeah. Gorgeous. Kate's got gorgeous neck. That's really pretty. So we're taking a couple shots like this. Then, are you okay for a second? I'm going to move. I have these curtains made so that I can slide them any way I want, so I can shoot through them, and it creates really beautiful interest. You could do the same thing in someone's home just by bringing a backdrop stand and clipping some sheer fabric to it and leaving a little opening. I've done that on occasion when I go into someone's home. I just put a bar across the top and I shoot right through it, and it's perfect. There you go, nice, perfect. So I am shooting a little bit through the sheer, and Kate is, I'm kind of covering her a little bit with the sheer fabric, and so we're just creating some nice little interest of her. Good, it frames her up really nicely. Okay. Then I am going to shoot from the other side of her and do a much wider view. So I have moved back across the room because I like to get the whole bed into focus, and I've also moved my sheer sheets my sheer curtains so that I can shoot right through them. It creates a beautiful backlight. It shows her silhouette beautifully. I have her looking towards me so I can see her face in the picture as well. And so I'll start with a wide angle view, and then I'll probably move in a little bit so I can get shooting through the sheers and actually get some out of focus images as well. So perfect, Kate. Gorgeous. This is also a great time to do some that are a little moodier and do the same ones that are light and airy. So by doing that, I'm just changing my exposure. So starting, I was at a shutter speed of 250, an ISO of 250, and f-stop of 2.8. And then that was bright and airy, and then I moved to a shutter speed of 500, and that makes it a little bit moodier. So she's a little darker. You're kind of playing with the light and the shadows a little bit more than you were before. So you can get a lot of different looks just by changing your shutter speed quickly. Perfect, Kate. Okay, and that's what I would do across the room. So we have Kate in a laying down position, and this is probably my favorite position with maternity because it is so easy to make anyone look good. You can make them look long and sleek. You can make their belly look beautiful, and really you're focusing a lot on the mom's beauty. If the mom doesn't look and feel beautiful in her pictures, then she's not going to love them. So it's important to me that it's not just about showing the beauty, showing her belly, it's about showing her beauty and how radiant she is while she's pregnant. So this pose is flattering to almost any person that does it, and you can pretty much do this with anyone. And you want to make sure that you talk to the mom beforehand and make sure that she actually can lay down on her back. It does, when they have a belly, it will cut off a blood vessel that goes up their body, and so you just really want to make sure that they're okay with it. So I always ask, and of course I have asked Kate before we started if it was okay with her if we laid on her back for a minute. I try and do these quickly. I try not to leave her on her back really long. And there's a couple things I do. I have her arch her back so that we get a nice belly line, because when someone lays down, their belly seems to kind of sink in a little bit. So what I do is I do a count system. So I'll say, Kate, 1, 2, 3, arch your back just a little bit. And then she'll arch it, and I'll take a couple shots and I'll say, okay, relax. And then she'll relax. And that way she's not straining her belly too long, and you're not in this position for too long either. So I'll show you real quick, and then you'll see it when I'm actually taking photographs of her. Okay, you ready, Kate? We're gonna arch her back just a little bit. Okay, we'll do 1, 2, 3, good. Okay, go ahead and relax. See, now it gives her just a nice belly line and rounds her out a little bit. The other thing that we want to make sure is that we have our eyes and looking up at the ceiling, because basically that allows us to get her eyelashes in focus. So it feels weird to the moms a lot of times, like they're lifting their chin up too high. But when you shoot from this angle, it really shows her cheeks, her face, her eyelashes. Whereas if she brought her chin down to normal level, you would just see like her eye sockets and maybe the tips of her eyelashes. So that's something we always think about when we're photographing her. Okay, so Kate is nice and long. Her dress is covering her ankles. She has her knees tipped to the side, which gives her an S curve, which is a really nice, flattering and appealing to the eye kind of form. So, you ready, Kate? You feel good? Mm-hmm. Okay, so she is going to, she's putting her hand up in her hair a little bit, which is really beautiful. If you didn't want to do that, you could put one hand on top of her belly, just like that as well. But she's doing this hair and hand thing super pretty, so we're gonna go ahead and go with that. Okay, so you ready, Kate? On 3, I'm gonna have you arch your back. So what I do is I get into position, make sure I'm ready to take the shot, make sure my exposure's right. I have the pose that I want before I ask her to arch her back. I usually do a test shot beforehand as well, just to make sure that I'm all in place before I make her do any kind of back arching. All right, give me 1 second. Okay. All right, Kate. On 3, you're gonna arch your back. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Good. Can you bring your head down just a little tiny bit? Good. Nice. Okay. Good. Okay, you can relax. So what I do is I focus on her eyes and her face, and then I do one of her belly. Okay. Now I'm gonna change. So I was doing horizontal before. Now I'll do a vertical shot of the same thing. Perfect. Okay, Kate. On 3, you're gonna arch your back. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Good. And hold it. Good, nice. Okay, you can relax. Good, you feel okay? Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Now we're gonna have her turn her chin a little to the left. Good. Okay, so now this time when you arch your back, bring your chin forward to me just a little bit. Yep, that's perfect. That's good. Okay, you can relax. All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Good. Stay right there. You're doing good. Perfect. Okay, you can relax. Okay, we're going to do that again. And I'm just going to change my position a little bit to get a little bit more of her face in this shot. Beautiful. Okay, 1, 2, 3, just a little bit. Good, nice. Yes, perfect. Good. Okay, relax. So we've gotten some really great angles of this pose. You can change her outfit. You can show her belly. You can put her in fabric. You could put her in tulle. You could do a whole bunch of different things with this pose. It's super flattering for almost every mom. And it's a really favorite of the people that come to see me. My clients really love this pose. So thank you very much.